Hey guys, Anthony from AJT Jewelry here. I hope you're doing well, and I just wanted to show you guys my latest acquisition in my watch collection because I'm a watch freak. This is the Cockpit B50 Breitling, guys. This is the Pilot's professional series. I finally came across one of these and I had to pick it up at a great deal. Couldn't let it get by me. Obviously everyone knows that I'm a huge fan of the G-Shock GWG 1000, which is the digital and analog watch. This is the same thing, but on a luxury scale and a more of a classier term, like watch. I mean, you can wear this, you know, with anything like a suit or, you know, like an out thing, you know, going out or something like that. Not that I ever wear a bloody suit, but I wanted something a little bit more classier. You know, obviously I love Rolex and stuff like that. You know, I've got my Ocean X Sharkmaster, which is like the deep sea, but I wanted a digital and analog watch, and Breitling are the best for that in terms of that Swiss made. Believe it or not, guys, this is actually my first Swiss watch purchase. I've got other watches, heaps of them, but you know, they say Swiss made or whatever it is. But in terms of the top tier watches, this is my first one, believe it or not. So it's a pretty momentous occasion. Anyway, so I ended up picking this up off a, believe it or not, it being a pilot's watch. I picked this up off a colonel in the US Air Force. So really cool story behind it, and a really high ranking colonel in the Air Force, guys. So pretty cool story, and really cool to meet someone like that, obviously. And anyway, so guys, this has the digital and analog features here. It's got the two screens here, and if I press this, you can see how bright this backlight is. Insane. And you can set the duration for that, guys. It really just depends on you, and obviously it's got an automatic feature which I've switched off to, you know, conserve battery power. So it is a smartwatch. It does have a rechargeable battery in this watch, guys. It is 46 millimeters in case diameter, and I believe it's 58 millimeters lug to lug, so it's quite big. It wears big and it looks big for what it is, guys, and it is made of full titanium, so it is very light and comfortable. You don't even know that it's actually on, but it is very strong with this titanium bracelet here with these screws. You can see that they're all screws, there's no pins. And funnily enough, when I first got this watch, I had to change it. I didn't realize that each one of these pieces is they're not solid. When I say they're solid links, but each one of these pieces comes off, and there's like tubes in here, and I had to adjust that and pull it all apart. And it's a pretty complex bracelet, believe it or not, a lot of components. And I'll just open this up. So it has got the clasp here to secure it, and you can see there Breitling. And what does it say there? Model, Depose, Manufacture un Swiss. I mean, that's basically saying it's Swiss made. There you go. So it is full titanium, guys, and with this bezel here being 46 millimeters 58, it does have a rotating bezel here with a compass on it, so compass numbers here. So obviously if you know how to read your direction with the sun, you can use this feature here to locate north and south, east and west. So that's pretty cool, obviously for pilots and stuff like that to use. Other than that, guys, it has a ton of features. It is 100 meters water resistant, and they do recommend to get these serviced every 2 years because there are gaskets in this thing. I wouldn't personally want to get this wet or have the balls to do that, just because it's obviously quite expensive, and to fix this would be a nightmare. But there are gaskets in each one of these points here. The bezel has a gasket. There's gaskets behind the case back in the back here. Obviously with this crown not being a screw down crown, it is a pull out crown, and having a button here. So you'd recommend to get these checked every 2 years. But guys, it's pretty cool. It's loaded with features. Obviously you can see I've got this set to the date and the month and the digital time. That can change when you press this. So you can change that to, let's have a look, you can do AM here, so it's in the morning here. You can change that to date being Wednesday, or the date. You can also change that to the week. So if you keep pressing this top button here, which is I believe called P1, changes to the week 9. That's week 9 of the year. I need to check that because I'm not sure if I've set this up properly, but that comes with the week and the digital time. And you can set that back to what I had it to. So that's pretty cool. There is a tilt feature on this, like I mentioned, which, you know, when you tilt your wrist, the light comes on. But I've turned it off to save battery. And if we scroll through the menu, let's have a look here. So you've got an alarm, you've got a whole heap of flight features, you've got a lat timer, you've got flight details, like a leg, like a flight leg as well. I'm not sure of all this stuff here. I'll see you off. I haven't actually gotten used to all these features. There's so many of them. You've got a timer on this watch, time 2, second time zone. I believe there's the UTC feature here. So when you set up the watch, you've got to set the UTC time, which is like your home base time. Like for mine, it's Melbourne. So you've got to set that first, and that sets the precedence for all the other settings like time zone 1 and 2 and all your alarms. So it automatically changes based on your US UTC time, sorry. There's a whole heap of settings here. So if I pull this out, so you can see that you synchronize the hands so they're exactly on the second and the minute and the hour. You can scroll that. You've got the tilt feature here. Let's scroll through. You've got a light feature. So you can set that short, medium or long to light up for you. You've got the display settings here. You've got a night mode as well. So it'll automatically you can dim the lights and the brightness of this actual screen. You've got the alarm features. Tone, so I've got this set for every hour to make a tone sound, so I know what time of day it is and when the hours are going by throughout the day, which is really cool. Mode feature, I don't know what that does just yet. And language, so you can set this in different languages wherever you are in the world, so it's pretty cool, guys. So you can change this to like French or German or whatever, Italian. So there's heaps of language features here. So that's pretty much it for that. Let's have a look here. Settings, let's have a look here. What else we've got there? There's a battery life at 80%. Cool thing about this, guys, is obviously it is rechargeable. So you can see that there's the charging point there with a magnetic charger. The earlier editions, like I believe 2010 onwards, had some major issues with the computer and the battery shorting out, which is not good for this kind of a watch. Regarding the later models, I believe Breitling had addressed these issues and fixed that up, so that's a good thing to note. The watch can get 300 charges out of this, guys, which is unreal. So the battery will last, being a lithium ion battery, will last about 10 years. So between changing, I mean, I wouldn't wait that long. I'd get this thing serviced, every 5 to 6 years is what Breitling recommend to get a full service done. That means like change the gaskets, oil up the movement. It being a quartz movement, actually, it is a quartz movement, by the way, guys. It's not an automatic, it's quartz. It is an in-house movement, guys, and it is their Caliber B50 SuperQuartz movement. So it's an in-house movement. Really accurate, apparently. Tells the time perfectly for me anyway. Other than that, guys, it's got a sapphire crystal. And with regards to the charging, they recommend to drop this down to 20% before even plugging this thing in, and that lasts, apparently it lasts around 40 to 50 days, so it can last a couple of months between charges. So that's really cool, guys. Let's have a look here, and back to the normal setting feature here. Now, cool thing here is there's a button on the edge here. This is actually a button. When you press this, it's now locked, so that you can't scroll because it's locked. And a cool feature is, guys, being 10:30 in the morning, just after 10:30, if I press these twice, this button, so that will park the hands so you can see the screen. How cool is that? They won't move until you press that again. So if I press this again, twice, there you go, it'll go back and show 10:34 AM. Really cool stuff, guys. And obviously, if you want to unlock it, you press it 3 times. Unlocked. There you go. I've pressed it that many times, it's gone and parked the hands again. There you go. Is that going to work? 1, 2. There you go. So that's pretty much it, guys, in terms of the Breitling B50. Obviously, being new to this watch, I'm yet to learn all these features on here. I've got to read the book, which is legitimately this thick, full of features and stuff like that. And I mean, each one of these features, you pull out the crown and there's more features under that as well. So it's a pretty cool smartwatch. It doesn't connect to your phone or anything like that, but being a rechargeable quartz watch with a digital analog feature. And by the way, guys, the Loom on this thing is crazy as well. It's got a really nice bright Loom, and this sapphire crystal here is non-reflective. So it looks like, when you're looking at this, you guys can see that it doesn't have any reflection even from the lights in my office studio here. Check that out. There is no reflection on that, so it's really cool. I mean, when you do that, you can see it, but it's really clear and scratch resistant. Really cool watch, guys. Now I'll get this bad boy on the wrist so you guys can see that. So hang on. This is the best part right here. there you go. I have a 7.5-inch wrist, so not a small wrist, guys. And it sits really nice on my wrist, and it does move around a little bit there because it is quite cold in Melbourne today. And when this thing is hot, obviously on my wrist, it just stays nice and still. So that's it, guys. That is the Cockpit Breitling B50. Really badass watch. Really happy to add this thing in my collection, and definitely will keep you guys posted with how it goes in the next couple of months. But yeah, this is the new addition in my collection. All right, thanks very much for watching. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like the video and subscribe. Really mean a lot to me, guys. And by the way, I'm wearing my Day of the Dead skull ring today and my money bees, so they're my two bad boys. All right, stay safe, take care, guys, and we'll be in touch. Peace, bye.